Hi, my name is Wei. This is Tori. I want to talk to you a little bit about the Leica Q series. These are the Leica Q. Tori has the Leica Q, and I have the Q2 monochrome. But all the features on the monochrome is very similar to the Q2. The only thing is I can only take black and white pictures with this.
This one can only take black and white pictures?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
But the Q2 takes color pictures, just the monochrome version that takes black and white only. Okay. This camera here, the Q2, is a newer camera, of course. It says Q2. Mm-hmm. It has 47 megapixel sensor full frame, where the Q only have 24 megapixel sensor.
That's like double.
Yeah, kind of like double. Originally, people buy these because there's one feature on both of these camera is you see the button here in the back, this right here. Okay. That will, if you turn the camera on. There you go. Yep. Mm-hmm. You push on it. It actually gave you the crop mode. So both lens has the 28 millimeter lens at f1.7. The lens is the same. But it will, with that button, you push on it, it'll give you a crop mode. So right now, if I frame my subject in this bright line, that's like a 35 millimeter lens.
Oh, okay.
A field of view, right? If you press it again, that's a 50 mil. Press it again, it's 75 mil. Yours is only have the 35 and the 50. So
I could have labeled it.
The thing with these crop mode is with a higher megapixel sensor, when you use crop mode, you can get some reasonably high megapixel files, where this one is 24 megapixel. So if I shoot a 50 millimeter on this camera, I only get like 8 megapixel file as opposed to 24. Where this, when I do 50, I get 15 megapixel file. So it helps a little bit. And what's cool about it is both cameras shoots DNG files. So this crop, if you load up on your Lightroom, it actually recognize it. When you do your cataloging and see something, it will only show you this.
Oh, okay.
But the rest of the file is still recorded. So if you go to the cropping function and then just reset, it actually show you the whole 28.
Puts it in there for you.
So sometimes nice, because if I frame people, I can just really focus on framing people in that frame. Yeah. But sometimes I wish I want a little bit more room for cropping. Yeah. One thing this one does have I like is here it's actually, it looks like a button, it's a dial, right? Just like this, but it has a button built in. So right here, you push on this button, it actually gave you all your ISO settings. You can change it.
That's nice, instead of having to press button.
Yeah, this one doesn't have it. So you're going to have to hit this button. There's a dedicated ISO. You push in the back, you can do it too.
Okay.
I don't know. I kind of like this versus that. Yeah. But of course, this one only has
being there. It's up here, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, in the back of on the Q2, there are only 3 buttons. Here. You got 5 buttons right there. Yeah. So it's just different location, I guess. Yeah. Also, this one has the eye adapter, and whereas this one, this one has it too. Just same, different location, but similar kind of location.
Yeah.
Both camera has the image stabilizer, so you can turn it off, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off. And this one also have an auto mode. I don't understand what auto mode is. Like, does camera know when I'm shaking? Or so far I have some issues because a higher megapixel camera, little bit of shake, you actually can't see it. That's unfortunate.
Need some experimenting.
Yeah. So for the longest time, I have this on auto. I think I got some blurry shots, so I'm gonna start using turn it on purpose. Some people thinking that the image stabilizer ruined the quality of the image. I don't know. They say just maybe hair, like really purists probably think of that, but I'm just gonna leave it on for now from this one. And this one, it's funny that I somehow turn it off. I didn't realize I turned it off, so I got some blurry shots. Until the other day, I was like, why? Because they should have both image stabilizer built in, and that was off.
Is that a common feature for most cameras?
No. A lot of camera don't. Well, now it's become more and more common.
Right.
Because I think image stabilizer started with maybe Olympus started this technology, and then they, don't quote me on it, I think that's what my understanding. They sold that technology to Sony and others. So they start.
So like my Sony, does it shoot?
Yours is A7 III
Mm-hmm.
that has it. A7 II has it, but A7 original doesn't.
Okay, gotcha. So it's like kind of newer.
It's kind of newer. And one thing I don't like about this is that, well, the monochrome has this leather out thing, the leather cover. This is not leather.
Yeah, it looks like it's trying to be leather, but it's not.
Yeah, they try that. So my personal thing is I feel like I have sweaty hands, so things just get shinier and shinier and shinier. I much like the matte finish like that better. And also on the monochrome particularly, this camera when it's brand new, it should be matte flat black. Now it's shiny because I've been holding and shooting with all the time. It's getting shinier and shinier.
Oh, funny. Well, how long have you had it?
Couple years.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And the other thing is I don't like the design on the strap lugs. See, it just start ruining the paint. Gotcha. Like always brass on the edges from the strap. So something you need to really protect. So far with this one, they're different material, I think, and different finish. So far with this, it hasn't. Yeah. So that's kind of annoying. I do like the power button that just turn on and off. Yeah. But this one has a continuous, when you on C, you can just shoot many frames. Right. But sometimes this thing is a little stiffer to move. So sometimes you turn it on, automatically goes to C. Yeah, yeah, it's kind of annoying. So I kind of like just really firm on or off. That's it. Yeah. But a lot of people thinking this camera, the original, has dust getting there over time. So they recommend people to put a piece of, Scotch tape over the microphones. That's what I did. Yeah, put it over here and here just to keep the dust from the sensor. Whereas I think the Q2 is more sealed. So I didn't do something like that before. But both camera has the capability to do videos. Oh, that's which nice. Is I haven't tried it yet, but I want to try it. One thing about people interested into a smaller Leica, like the Q series, is that it's a lot more comfortable grabbing wise, and also very lightweight. It
is lightweight. I was gonna say that.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of time when I shoot in the film Leica days, the Leica camera is light, nice and light, and then the newer digital Leica is so heavy, it's just it takes that feelings away a little bit. This I feel like the weight, it's very similar to a film body. It's just really nice. See?
Oh yeah. I feel like if I was traveling with this in my camera bag, I'd be like, oh my gosh, I forgot my camera somewhere. I'm like, oh, just kidding, it's still in there.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you put a bunch of lenses and all that other stuff, it gets heavy. So certainly it's you will know at the end of your shoot. Yeah. Like, oh man, I wish somebody carried my bags for me, things like that. You dropped the flower.
That was my flower. Carry on.
Yes, carry on. So the battery, they're not the same between the two cameras, unfortunately. Most other, I feel like we're getting to a point that, the improvement gets less and less. So something can be standardized, like batteries. And these are certainly the same battery as like SL, whereas this is still, you had to open up. And this, actually the battery here, it's the same as Sigma FP. So I also have that camera, so I can share the same battery. Both camera unfortunately have only one card slots. But like seriously, a lot of people complaining about one card slots. Like what if I corrupt the card and you ruin everything? Well, I've been shooting for so many years. I have never once that have a bad card. Have you?
No, but I don't shoot as much as you.
Yeah, no, I haven't. But I also do is every time before I go to my shoot, I would format that card. I don't leave anything.
You taught me that.
Yeah.
I will say you've given me a card that was actually falling apart and it still worked on the inside. Like,
don't take it out easy.
Yeah.
I don't know why those SanDisk do fall apart over time. The card totally records. It just I don't know. I think I went to one of the trade shows. They said just send it to SanDisk. Maybe they'll give you a replacement or something. I don't quote me on it, but that's the rep told me. Yeah, that's the rep told me. Another really cool feature about these is that they both have leaf shutters. So if you're shooting a wedding, something really quiet, this thing is very, very, very quiet. Like if you shoot something like this, that's
I noticed that with this one. Is it the same?
Yeah. And then also the leaf shutter allow you to sync at any speed. It's better than, I think, more efficient than HSS on your normal camera with a flash HSS, because you can pretty much use any flash and you can shoot at a higher shutter speed.
Okay, gotcha.
But I think on these one, probably 2000 might be too much, but 1000 definitely, 500 easy. Just so that can be a good thing if you shoot outside and put on an ND filter and shoot with a high shutter speed. So,
is there any other differences between the two?
Other than that, price differences. This is probably a little over 2 times the cost of this right now. Used.
Yeah, but it's if you bought it new, right? Whereas if you bought
I bought both used. Yeah, yeah. New one. They dropped price too high, too far. Well, the initial price drops too far, too fast.
Gotcha.
But I heard next month they're gonna have a Leica Q3 come out. So I certainly cross my fingers that the both of these cameras have 28 millimeter, which is cool for people shooting street. Especially a bigger city, shooting like bigger city with a taller buildings, a lot of people. It's kind of cool. But I'm a 50 millimeter shooter, to be honest with you. Most of the time I shoot 35 is okay. I mean, I can get by with a higher megapixel count and then do the crop mode, without those lines, shoot at 35 or maybe a 50. But, again, on this camera, a 47 megapixel camera, I'm getting 15 megapixel files because of that's on the 50. So I kind of wish that, the new Q3, that they can have somewhere like 40 mil or 50 mil lens on there. Because otherwise, there's not a whole lot of point to upgrade. So, I'll keep keep shooting my Q2 and until something else better come out, right? So, other than that, it's fine. I wear glasses, so these both EVF is pretty bright. Yeah. So it's not bad. Some of the cameras, I tell you, with people wearing glasses, it's hard to get up close. But even this, I guess it will hit my glasses. So after a while, it gets dirty. So that's what happens when you wear glasses.
I noticed that for the one that has color here, the original, it's really like a yellow toned compared to like Life.
Oh yeah,
is that a setting you can change?
Yeah, I think that's maybe it's your white balance. Yeah. But because right now it's set for the flash white balance. That's why. That makes sense. Yeah, and this one right here is, what is this? White balance. What was it? Should be here somewhere. Where is my white balance? That's funny. No, gotta be in here somewhere. Yeah. Anyways, I will have to find it. It's a little different. Yeah, the menu is a little bit different, quite a bit different actually. So,
I don't like the way that one looks better.
This one's a little simpler, like a little bit more picturesque. Yeah.
Icons, whereas this is just words.
Yeah, this is kind of remind me like older, like M cameras, kind of like that. You can go through I mean, there's not a whole lot, like not like Sony. You have to go through screen full of menus. I mean, this is just pretty. They shorten it pretty good. Now I'm puzzled. Why my white balance? Where is my white balance? Should be in here, but
is it adjustable considering it's just black and white?
No, that's true. Duh. This is a black and white camera. There is no white balance.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Sometimes you get one of those moments. What the hell is white balance? Okay, that's a color camera. Yep. You have white balance.
Right there.
Yeah. So sometimes people, they say they shoot, black and white a lot. Black and white is sometimes hard to shoot. To be honest, I can
imagine, because you can always make your photo black and white later, but you can't go back and add color again.
Yeah, that, and also you want contrast. Yeah. To make that photo dynamic, you need like good tonality and contrast. And sometimes you shoot outside, everything without color, it just looks very flat. It's very difficult to get that contrast.
More dramatic.
Yeah. My best photo are more directional light. Somebody by the window or something. I have a little light stick that will, I can move around to find the right highlights. So it's certainly hard to shoot. But if you shoot at night in a club, with again more directional lights, can be really cool. So I will say if I have to have a choice to buy it again, I probably end up with a Q2 inside Q2 monochrome because it's more versatile, right? Because like you said, you can change it to
if you want to.
Yeah, originally I thought the monochrome sensor, it is sharper, they say, but I don't notice that on a high ISO this camera is more higher quality. It's about this. I think I probably can get by with a Q2 on ISO 1600. This one might be a little bit. I can shoot ISO 3200 maybe. You can get some decent shots and look more film grain like. But yeah, so that's the only thing I was thinking. If I can go back in time, probably get the Q2 versus Q2 monochrome.
Well, it's nice, something different. You got the colored one, you got the black and white one.
It's true. I mean, I was thinking one of those days I go out just to force myself. I can't shoot anything else. I just shoot black and white, things like that. That might, I'll find every time I go out there, I always bring different cameras. So I got options. Yeah. That's the thing. But yeah, so that's kind of our general little talk about the Leica Q. It's definitely cool if you're on a trip. 28 millimeter is wide enough to, snap and shoot things. But definitely shouldn't be your only camera. But certainly great to have.
Can you imagine going to a wedding and be like, I'm your photographer and I only shoot in black and white? And they're like, what?
Yeah. Maybe you guys is on you guys' wedding. I'll probably do that. I'll just say, I only shoot black and white. Yeah. I'm the second guy, second shooter. All right. So thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye.